Hello friends of TvAgro. This is Mary Lopez, Director of Proyecto La Cumbre. Today I want to tell you a little about the Jersey breed that we work with in our project. It is a breed known internationally for its smaller size, for its ease to graze in pastures with mountains, for its hoof size. Its hooves are much lighter to be in hollows. Its hooves are much lighter for grazing in hollows. But it is also an animal well known for its potential in the product it produces, milk, for its high fat, high protein and solids content. So it is a breed that the Cumbre project has decided to incorporate as the potential of the production line. The characteristics of this breed in our herd are that they are smaller animals. They reach a height of 1.20 to 1.30 meters. They are animals of thin body condition. They are not so big or so corpulent. Since the light ones weigh more or less 480 to 520 kilos, they are animals that are easy to move from one paddock to another without damaging the pastures because of their hooves, as I said before, which are less thick and lighter. They are animals that have in their part of profitability for the cattleman. They do very well the conversion in the forage. They are very grateful with the forage that they show in their production. Being a thin animal, the greater amount of energy that they have is used for the production of milk. They stand out in their head for that concavity, for the amplitude of the forehead, for their thin arches and without so many, like meat between those arches. They are also animals whose potential, in production or in milk, makes them very profitable for the farmer. The amount they eat is very profitable at the time of production, and the production they leave is very demanded, very sought after in the dairy industry. We have seen here in the project from the beginning, from what it is to have one of these animals in prepartum or prepared to give birth. And we know their whole cycle, which I am going to talk to you about. This animal, when it is a steer and reaches a weight of about 220 kilos, and is already 15 or 16 months old, is an animal apt to begin to be loaded, because it begins to have its jealousy when they reach this age here in the Summit project. We have already made sure to have a special diet with them from calves that I will be telling you about throughout the program. They reach this stage already eating their food. They are loaded by fertilization. That is, they are inseminated, and in these inseminations we use special or specific bulls for this herd that have to fulfill some conditions. One of them is that they bring the A2 genotype, and another one of them will vary according to the animal. I am going to load according to the width, according to the height, or according to some specific characteristics that I decide to make in the new animal, such as the udder development or body condition development. When they are already inseminated, they go to another stage within the project, which is to be cared for as future mothers. When they are 2 months away from calving, they begin to eat a different diet. They begin to have a diet to encourage the development of the fetus that is on the way and for them to have an adequate body condition at the time of delivery, and to be mother cows with a strong body condition for the entire lactation process. When the calf arrives at this point, the breed stands out for being a breed that in its first calvings and in the following calvings has a lot of ease. It fulfills all the objectives such as making that concavity to receive them, that amplitude so that the calf has, as the heifer has how to get to the safe harbor with ease. They are animals that their calving is very easy from the first calving until the following calvings onwards. They are very good mothers. They receive them and then comes the feeding process. In the first 3 or 4 days the calf is with the mother absorbing all the nutrients from the colostrum, and at that moment, as practices here at Proyecto La Cumbre, they are separated and begin to live. The mothers enter the production line and the calves enter the calves. Something specific that Proyecto La Cumbre does is that all the calves that are males are given up for adoption. We have a network of people that adopt these animals. The condition that the project puts is to be able to continue having a history of the life of these calves that later will be bulls, that they continue sharing with us the whole process through videos, through photos. That breeding, as the cattlemen who see these programs know, breeding when that calf, unless we have very high quality calves and they are registered, and are given to the association for stitching and they can become a stallion. They are offspring that finally play against the herd because they are not going to be used. So they do not have a purpose. I mean, they are not going to be used for breeding in the herd. And they are simply going to be an animal that is going to remain there. So we donate them and give them to people who want to create them, and they can be functional in another herd. When the calf is a female, they are bred, well, inside the farm, and she starts to follow a diet. The calves or animals that are born here in the Summit Project have a diet from birth to the 4th month. They start to receive concentrate. It is not available but a small grain at the beginning, so that when they finish in their 4 months phase they are already eating a kilo of concentrate. They drink 6 liters of milk a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and they are taken with all the sanitation protocols of their calves. They are also provided with water so that they can develop this issue of learning to drink water. When they are over 4 months old, at that stage here at Proyecto La Cumbre, they can continue in the herd or be sold. We have a process that is fulfilled, and it is a process that can also be marketed. And at that stage we can sell 5-month-old calves. If they are not sold, they continue in the herd and continue with a diet until they are 9 months old. At 9 months they stop living in the calf and start living outside in the paddock during the day, and at night they sleep in the calf hutches. Between 9 and 10 months the jerseys of this project go to pasture and change their diet to heifers, and with a weight of 180 to 190 kilos they go to pasture, change their diet, and begin the final stage of development in their youth or in their heifer stage. Learning the whole issue of grazing and consuming their new diet and getting used to the winds of pasture and no longer come at night to the calves but spend all the time with their group in the pasture. When they enter their first heat, which is where this cycle of explanation starts, they are loaded according to the genetic standards of the project and their life begins, well, as a cow in the herd. Our cows have a production between 18 and 20 kilos in first calving. Then they begin to increase these liters. But our average production line is 18 to 20 liters. Once they finish that stage of production of the first calving, we leave them around 6 to 7 months in production, and then they dry out again. When they are an animal going to second calving, when they are first calving we let them rest a little more. They have a milking period of 4 or 5 months and we leave them in a rest so they can be recovered more easily and enter their second lactation much more powerful. The Jersey is an animal that stands out in functionality, that stands out in its high product, high in fat, in protein, in solids, that stands out in its body condition because it makes it very functional for any terrain and it is very adaptable. The only thing that it delivers is a lower amount of milk than the Jersey, and that is why this project is composed of Jersey and Jersey cows. The Jersey makes up 30% of our production line and Jersey is a cow that is functional and makes it very attractive in terms of the amount of milk it leaves you. The fact of being a little bit heavier and the fact of being a little bit with more body condition does not make her less functional than the Jersey. It makes her functional and makes her very attractive in terms of the quantities of milk she leaves you. So they compensate one with the other, and that is what this project has wanted to deliver. A compensation between the two breeds, and we have had very good results so far in our final product and in the genetics. I invite all of you to get to know us on our social networks at Proyecto Acumber, where we show more of their lives, more of them. We are constantly showing how the final product is going, how much we are doing for each of the two breeds, how much we are doing to deliver to the market something fresh, something natural, and something that gives you the peace of mind to consume it. And to the cattle breeders we are delivering animals of high genetic level and with a lot of hard work behind, so that when you get an animal from the Summit project it is something satisfactory and something that is really profitable for you.